I have so many goddamn scenes? Why do I have so many scenes? Why do I have 7, 14 OBS scenes? Why do I need that many? The answer is that I don't. Okay. Before I get started, hi everybody. I'm actually kind of surprised that enough people popped in. Hi, Mudkip. Capitalism. I love Kakuzimas, those are great. Yeah, I can't have both of my ears covered with my headphones while I yap, it feels too weird. I'm really close to my microphone today because I don't feel like yelling, and that's honestly most of it. I don't feel like yelling. I'm really fucking tired. I've been tired since... probably since I was fucking born. I've been really tired for the past like week or so between studying and tutoring and blah 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 blah. Like, make that bag, but fuck the bag, it's exhausting to lug home. Jesus. So, I have a paper to write on the placenta, actually. Let's go over here. So, here's what we're working with. We have all things placenta, comparative physiology. Let me make sure that chat is zoomed in enough so that way I can fucking read it. My blind ass. How was the thing that caused you not to stream Saturday? Good, I crashed. It was great. Oh god, words. Yeah, there's a lot of them. All things placenta, comparative physiology amongst mammalian species, process of placentation, role of placenta in physiology, and especially pathophysiology, so what can go wrong, in reproduction, and then research approaches / challenges. If you read the title of the stream, or just the category, you know this is what we're fucking doing today. I've got a lot to do, because I actually haven't started anything. There were multiple different things that I could have been doing.
Sorry, mommy?
Hi, Gavin.
Sorry, mommy? Sorry, mommy? Sorry, mommy?
I'm out of water, fuck. Welcome in. We have many words. Why? I need to increase how much that costs, because why is just the why is that $2? Why? Why did I do that to myself? But at the same time, I will never not be proud of just the fact that I figured out the I can't figure out the rest of it. I can just get the woo. The rest of it's hard. Okay, so I broke it down. We have comparative physiology, we have how does it form, this long fucking thing. With all of my sources, this is a 400 level class. So senior level class, we have graduate students here, so it's 400, 500 level. What the fuck is the placenta, and then what does it do, and what the fuck is the problem? And the fun thing is that as in fucking everything, can you shut up a little bit? Thank you. So as in the cases of most things that have to do with women's physiology, we don't fucking know. What does mean is college and RPG and maple syrup plant. We have university here. Okay, well, you guys have colleges and universities and they mean kind of different things, I think. Colleges for us are technical places where you learn like trades and shit and technical knowledge, whereas universities are more research-based. So I am taking something called reproductive physiology, which is what it sounds like. There's a lot of shit that can go wrong with the placenta. All the shit in blue is text. Keep saying level, so I wanted to joke. Is it an RPG in Syrup Land? Jesus Christ. I'm level 400, actually. Actually, I'm level 400. In the placenta placenta RPG. Fuck, that sounds terrible. And I have to think about the research approaches and challenges. So, I could have done multiple things for this, where it's like, you could make a YouTube video, or you could make blog posts, or you could make this and that other thing. And I'm gonna be completely fucking honest with you. I don't want to do any of that shit. I just want to write a fucking paper and be done. I understand a lot of people don't like writing papers. I love writing papers. Papers are straightforward, papers are simple. Papers just make sense, and they're really not that much work, whereas editing an entire fucking YouTube video would be work. And I don't feel like doing that. That is all. That is all I'm going to do. So, my cat is hanging out in a bag. Good for him. Good for him. So, now I have to worry about the actual paper itself, so we're going to put the actual paper in a separate tab. Because I can move back and forth. You guys cannot see necessarily what's over here. It's because I trimmed it, so you guys can't see my, all of my shit that's at the very top of my screen up there. The reason for that is because you guys could really easily find where I go to university. You could probably really easily find where I go to university regardless. But I don't want to make it easier. You know? So you don't get to see any of my 16 porn tabs that are in my favorites bar, because that's, of course, what's in there. Friends always ask, I want to put that on teachers, so I typed for high school essays. Oh, I type all my high school essays now. Once I was allowed to type it, I would, because my writing is abysmal dog shit. Hey, Mr. Pickles stole the ovaries. Collection time. Hey. Fuck. I didn't turn anything off, so we're just gonna have some noise, I suppose. Hello. Hello, I saw something. Yeah, Waki checked in. Waki has a real-ass job, so I imagine that this would also be subtly helpful. Fuck off. Imagine being employed in this day and age. Disgusting. Haha, who stole Pickles? I can't read it. Pickles stole the Cassie stole the brain. I was in the song I made you listen to. I forgot to fucking listen to it, if I'm being completely honest. Oh god. I meant to listen to it. I'm like, I'm gonna do that once I'm home, and then I crashed. That's most of what my life has been right now, is just try to get work done during the day. Promptly fucking cease my own existence. By the time I get home, hey, Captain's on a 5 stream streak, look at you go. You job, I know. Disgusting. Imagine being employed. Who the fuck? So, okay, so we should probably start with what is the placenta. I'll sit here and I'll yap for a couple minutes, but after once I get into the work, and once I get started with the work, I'm not gonna be able to closely monitor chat, just so that way I can, you know, lock the fuck in. But maybe I'll stick like a little sticky note on my forehead, be like, locked the fuck in, but locked the fuck in on my paper. Instead of in Silksong. Who am I? What am I? Lock the fuck in. I can bang this out in like an hour, 2 hours. Like, I know that I can. I'm just really tired and I don't want to. Case in point being, I've known about this paper for like 2 months. And I just kept forgetting about it. Why would I want a template? Fuck off. Ew. Okay, I'm just gonna... Just to get rid of all the fucking AI bullshit. Do you do day streams on the weekdays? I'm always watching at work. Do not tell Kazi's boss. Don't everybody go tell Kazi's boss. Bro's slacking. Well, see, now you can just, it's like you're working with somebody else. Now you can get your job done, and I can get my job done. God, my nails are fucked. My nails peel. Fun fact. I can just peel, like, layers off my nails. Is the IOG the Tiger something fight rising up? I forgot the song. Ah. And the last no survivors, something in the fight. Something like that. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. The eye of the tiger. God, who am I? Oh, boss, I have 25,000 points. Hey, Waki, how many points do you have? Since you're also here, how many points do you have? Because I'm, like... Why are we doing Rocky? Bun lock-in music. 98.9k. Yeah, see, that's what I'm scared of. Mostly because there's nothing you could possibly do with all of it. Like, huh? Why are we doing Rocky? What the fuck is Rocky? I have, this stuff. Royalty-free and copyright-free music for creators, October edition. The lo-fi music. As you can see in, like, the bottom next to me over there, I have the attrition. So it's provided by the Relax Movement, the whole shebang. Okay. Which sucks, because I usually would listen to, like, Lo-Fi Girl, but, they removed how you would usually, as in the boxing movies. Okay, no, that one's beyond me, I'm sorry. Both neither my interest and might be before my time, depending on y'all. I don't know. Well, the thing is that it's confusing why it wouldn't be before my time if Pickle knows about it, so maybe not. That's where Eye of the Tiger came from. Eye of the Tiger did not come from the boxing movie. That song there's no way that song came from that movie. Or was made for that movie. That's such bullshit. What the fuck? What do you mean it came from a fucking boxing movie? It's from 1982. Jesus.
New joke just dropped. Why was the fireplace sticky?
Why was the fireplace sticky, you godforsaken creature? It was made for the movie. I hate it. It was not late 70s, it was early 80s. Get it right, you ancient creature.
Santa came.
Oh my god. Shut the fuck up. Mods, take his balls. He is a mod. Mods, take his balls. I'm gonna time you out. Why did it just get replayed here? Most replayed at this mark, and then here specifically.
Next time.
Oh, that's loud.
How much?
Secret.
Why?
Just guess.
It's so loud.
$600?
Jail.
If you saw Rocky Doll, listen to the song closely, it fits very well. Well, seeing as it was written for the movie, I would hope so. I'm a little mad that it was written for the movie, but what are you going to do? I gotta think about intro placenta. You guys will also get to see that my typing is abysmal fucking dog shit. It's okay. I'm sweating. I'm wearing like pain cream. I'm really mad because men punching each other isn't a genre of anything you watch outside of Yakuza. It's not my thing because they're kind of all the same movie. Where it's just like, aha, men punching each other, and then like either there's two options. Either it's like the weak man was actually the strong man all along, or you're allowed to have feelings, by the way, and violence isn't the answer. And those are the two genres of guys hitting each other in movies. That's why that unders me, because I always know the answer. I prefer media that can surprise me. Whereas I find that a lot of the fighting style stuff usually is just one or two things. So it doesn't interest me nearly as much as a result. Not to say that all stuff like that is boring and bad. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm saying that it's predictable. Because I find it to be kind of predictable. Okay, so it's 9:13. I can already feel my headache starting, because I've had a headache every day. So, let's get into some of this, bitch. So, we have to think about... So, let's take this over here. And rolling physiology this time over here. Not quite that since the 80s, bad guys fully bad guys and never show up after losing or dying in the ring. Yeah, that's fair. I have to make sure that I say that later. Embryo eventually into the fetus nutrition, allowed to change the blood mixing. Maternal bleeding mixes by accident during birth. It's the random karate show Bandana and I randomly reference You Don't Understand. I think it's some enjoyment. It's a high school romance drama show alongside being about karate. I will mention that I don't like romance in most media. I find most romance plots to be deeply fucking tedious. I find them to be, like, tedious and therefore they piss me off. But, what is it? Is it like Karate Kid or some shit? Because I think I've watched bits and pieces of that. It's the one where they have, like, the evil karate group and then the good karate group, and the evil karate group is, like, all about strength and whatever, and then the good karate group is all about, like, yeah, we're strong, we don't use it to hurt people. Like, is that what it is? Can anyone please get Rocky correct? Rocky 1 had Gonna Fly Now as the main song, 2 Gonna Fly Now Again, 3 Eye of the Tiger, 4 Jesus Christ, how many fucking movies are there? 5 didn't really have one, Balboa used all the themes through the series. Neat. Assuming that since you didn't encourage me, I'm assuming it's Karate Kid, I will consider it. I will consider it, that's all I can say. That's what I can say, I will consider it. That the placenta facilitates diffusion.
Robert, I don't like this romance. It is pissing me off.
No, that's how it is. Robert, I don't like this romance. It's pissing me off. I don't fucking like it. I think romance is usually very poorly done at best. Like, I don't enjoy it. Whoa, caps. Do I have a sight on that? Nope. Okay, so this is kind of all that the placenta does. So that's fairly simple. I saw something femboy. What? The rec series goes Rocky, 2, 3, 4, 5, Balboa, Creed, Creed 2. Jesus fucking Christ. Something femboy, it's embryo! Need to clip that for later. It's not femboy, it's embryo. I mean, at a certain point, you could argue that it might actually be a femboy, because before the SRY gene kicks in and makes you a boy, you were a woman. Technically. The romance is the main focus. It's very 80s, and some kids explodingly learns to defend himself from a very Hispanic family, so his mama don't want it, shit like that. No, that's fair, that's fair. His mama doesn't want him to fight, or doesn't want to deal with it, or doesn't want the romance. Could go either way. I came to lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Soloster. Yoink. Doesn't want her to fight. Fair enough. I was under the impression that a Hispanic mom would want him to kick ass personally, but maybe I was incorrect. Maybe it's more that the Hispanic mom kicks your ass. But that's about it. Early... What is the morula? Also, boss, what's up? Solid ball of cells. His mom's a doctor, she has to have a balance is crude and needed. Okay, that makes sense. Are you buzzing? What's going on? What's up, Buzz? You buzzing? What's going on? We're writing a Buzz. Guys! What the? No, I'm just so tired, bro. Do it to your face. God, what I wouldn't give for...
The ability to smoke. I shouldn't smoke. It's not good for you. Vaping is also not good for you, but it's like the only vice that I could theoretically have with my medical bullshit, and sometimes I'm like, man, a cigarette smells kind of good. Oh no, god damn it, shove it up there. Don't put your vape in your pussy. Don't do that. It can't, that's not how that works. I am like the machine take. Have fun. Thank you for coming in, saying the weirdest shit on earth, and then disappearing again. The more you put the name of his booty. I don't think you can do that. Then here comes Alvin the Chipmunks. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck you. You say rip like it's not your fucking fault. Can you else the Moreland develops into? Where was I?
Okay, we got a bunch of big words now. Embry.
I'm about to be you z z z z z z z z z z z z z z z z z z buzzing xd.
Why was the so short in comparison? Buzzing. God. I'm sure that I will have like a relatively chill stream. Frankly, I doubt anybody's going to show up. This fucking shit. I appreciate y'all, even though y'all deeply fucking confuse me. Develops. Okay, so Maria takes in fluid and forms a blastocyst, which has the gap inside. Okay. Implants. I hate this word. Riz streak though. Hell yeah, we got another 5 stream streak. Look at you going. Fuck, I gotta zoom back. Jesus Christ, what did I miss? I feel like trying to name 100 speed. Name 2 women. If you wonder, buddy, my name reminded Soul of Buzz Lightyear saying to infinity and beyond because he had a hard time saying my name. Just call me Buzz. Oh, that actually is really helpful for context. I had no fucking clue what you guys were talking about. But that is actually kind of funny. To infinity and beyond. Trovoblast, kind of animation touch across formation of this fucking word, which I'm just gonna copy and paste it. It's really long. Sensitio Trophoblast. I name 2 women, no problem. My mom and my sister. No, like name them. Like you gotta give their names. Do they have names, bro? Dox your mom and your sister right now. To be fair, if you asked me to name like 100 men or something like that, I would also have an aneurysm. Because I don't even think I know 100 people, let alone 100 men. Guns of formation with Sensitio Trophoblast. Listen, dude, if you can speedrun naming 100 women, great. Buzzing isn't busting a fat neck. God. It's, well, I can't even say it's November anymore. I was just gonna be like, it's no, not November. What are you doing? It's fucking December. It's the 9th of December, actually. I also have a great pet. I am not self-reporting after playing a character online. Dox your mom or else. I mean, you could also just get your mom to be a VTuber. That's worked for a lot of people. These smell like grape medicine. It's grape Pez that was in the advent calendar this morning. And these smell exactly like the fucking grape medicine I used to take as a kid, and I hated it. Okay. Why does it taste... Nyam, nyam, nyam. Why does it taste like that? It tastes like the medicine, too. Ugh. Destroy your dick, December. I'm gonna get cancelled, just saying, gang. So many people have been, it's fine. Kindly image your question information of this Sensitio Trophoblast. HCG. Fuck. Okay. I'm like, do I need to include this part? I don't know if I need to include this part. Do I care? It's very long. Also have Jerk Your Johnson January. God. How many months could you have as being the fuck your friends months? I really need to wash my water bottle. Jesus, I did not realize it was that bad. Disgusting. Animator wall. Any Saito Profile Blast. Answer that from placenta. Yeah, let me get rid of this. Do we care about the other one? Mesenchyme, blah blah blah. Tismtober, what's going on? And it's Flatten Yo Fatty February. Look, you should watch some Amber on the 24th, 27th. I'm gonna be in Quebec. A friend sent me yesterday. I got Tismtober. You know what, actually, I can get behind Tismtober, that's funny. We have Tismtober and Tism September, though. Think about it. I also seen somebody once being like, haha, all the cold months have burr at the end of them, and I'm like, shut up. So did you know that there was only supposed to be 10 months, and then Julius and Augustus fucked it up by adding July and August because they just were like that? So the reason why October is 8, despite being the 10th month, is because of those two motherfuckers that decided they needed a month each. Where does this come from? Fuck. Let's rise to the... Nutrients. My favorite month must be May. Do I want to know why? This is really fucking long. Give could VIP. Did you automatically refund your own points? Because I will do it as long as you do not refund your own points, though. Because I'm not doing that again. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not doing it again unless you have your points actually being taken. I will do it, but you're gonna actually pay for that shit. Okay. Let me go find it. Review requests. Give VIP. I'll click the check mark this time. How many points do you have to begin with? You had 28. I think you said you had 28,000 points. Said I could not refund myself. Send a screenshot in the Discord of how many points you have and then I'll do it. Forgive me for not trusting you, but I watched you this last time and I ain't playing again. Give kid. Huh? You can screenshot like how many points you have. I watched you do it last time, I ain't playing this time. I ain't playing this time. Fight me. Y'all have too many fucking points. I need to be sure, because you make me nervous. And also you have another account with like a bajillion points. Let me get that bitch open. Why was Pickle talking about smashing Stipendium? Oh, right. Why does my mouth not open when I talk? I love native webcam tracking. Why do I have to open my mouth like this if I wanted to actually have my fucking mouth move? Fuck. I'm actually a ventriloquist doll. Thank you. Yoink. There we go. Success. Gagano now has the funny little VIP badge. Success. Thank you for proving it, Infinity. I don't want to add a fucking emoji. The field structures from the zygote were separated from the endometrium. Where did that go? Okay, let's get rid of this so I can read it. Separated from the endometrium. So it doesn't just grow in the endometrial wall. It floats in. Amnion, Corion, Silksack, and Allantoy. There we go. Delivered after and close to that. So fun fact, you can't be a mod and a VIP at the same time last time I checked. Yeah, I think you can't be both, but told you I wouldn't cheat this time. But then again, I'm close to 20k on this account as well. Yeah! It's a fun fact, can't be a mod. Yeah, I don't think you can be both, but especially since, like, Kagano isn't a mod, that one's not too concerning. So I think I've only got... I don't know who's a VIP, I can check later. I know that Cassie's got it, but that's all I can pull off the top of my head. Okay, so then how does it form? We got how it forms. Holy fuck, that's a long paragraph. Okay. I'm getting other people VIPs. The VIPs. I really should get more water. Excuse me. By the way, what? What is it? Okay, research back here. So then we have to worry about comparative physiology. So that is back up here. I pulled most of this bullshit from Wikipedia because I can. You'd be amazed at what you're actually allowed to pull from Wikipedia, as long as you just find something else to source it from. Did I have a source for the other shit? Did. There we go. Do I say VIP or free to the several waters? Do I say VIP in Sweden VIP? VIP? Was that it? I don't have any more Wawa. Fuck. Okay, placental mammals is a subclass of the class Mammalia, distinguishing themselves from monotremes and marsupialia. I should find a graphic VIP. That's funny, I fuck with that. I was going back and forth on what kind of language I should end up learning if I do try to pick something up. And the worst thing is that I was thinking to myself, man, it'd be fun to learn Japanese, but then I don't want people to think I'm a fucking weeb. But I interact with so much Japanese media that I feel like it would probably be easiest for me to pick it up out of everything else that I've got going on right now. What have you done? What have you done, Infinity? Sent on the chorionic sac or delivered during labor, respectively. Okay, so... Monotemia? No, monotremia. I think monotremes don't have. I made my cups, boxes, tea bags, and kettle into my office because I for some reason started drinking so much fucking tea during my streams. I've actually thought about having, because I have like an electric kettle in here. Like I have an electric kettle that I brought with me when I moved in with my partner. And I'm like, you know, I could. But then I'd have to have like a fucking tea set up and I don't even have enough room for that bullshit. One day, but that day is simply not today. That being said, I do have a decent amount of boxes now, so I might be able to do it soon. But I think having an electric kettle in here would be kind of nice. Though, if I was to ever get like a full, like say like I get an actual office setup, I would probably get myself like one of those big water bottles, with the water dispensers or whatever the fuck it is those are called. Those would be, yeah, that's what I would get. I would want one of those like next to my desk so I could just like refill my water bottle right there. There's no release like unbuttoning your pants after eating and bloating. There really is. Being able to unbutton your pants, like untie like your waist tie if you're wearing a dress, or like just remove your belt. Peak shit right there. Hi Zeno. Welcome in, we're getting a bunch of bullshit work done. Let me double check that. Marsupials. Do monotremes have placenta? Monotremes and marsupials are non-placental mammals. I could have sworn they did. I will teach you Swedish if you ask me. The only reason why I'm hesitant to learn Swedish is because I'm like, when would I use it? Whereas, weirdly enough, in terms of streaming and such, Japanese is actually one of those languages that they want you to learn. Or want you to at least kind of know some of, if you're working in like corporations or working in stuff like that. So I'm trying to think about like how often would I use it, because I'd love to learn French. With me, ta-da! That's true, you're right. And also I think being able to say that I can also just randomly speak Swedish would also just be kind of funny. Because I think if I was also to pick it up though, I'd want to get like a Babbel subscription or some shit. But not Duolingo, because Duolingo ain't shit. Something like that, so I would be practicing like on the regular. And then I'd have to start consuming Swedish media. Not that'd be a problem, but I would have to start consuming media. Just find like Swedish heavy metal. I thought marsupials did. Yeah. Monotremes, marsupials, and non-placental mandibles. Hold on. They do. Does marsupial... Yeah, marsupials do have a placenta, but the distinct difference is that Dingo apparently didn't help shit even before the AI bullshit. Oh yeah, before the AI bullshit it wasn't good. After the AI bullshit it was worse. Like, it just ain't shit. So, marsupials do... Marsupialia, I hate it. I'll consume Swedish media. I'll try it. I'll try about anything once with somebody I rated the other day. Fuck, it was a Fox VTuber I rated the other day. Why don't I have their Discord? It was Coyote. Yeah, it was Wile E. Coyote. W''YLI. Give me your fucking profile. I'm not allowed to see it because you don't have it linked. Fuck. Yeah, here we go. Let me pull that up. It was this guy. This person was the one that I rated the other day, and they had a bunch of really good metal recommendations, and I listened to a decent amount of them. I'm better than Babel. I have a mom that teaches in SFI, Swedish for immigrants, and I've picked up a lot from that. I've used a lot on that when I've been teaching emic. Oh, that's fair, that's fair. Good to know. I will keep it in mind. I'm not learning anything else right now. I have 2 finals in 2 days. And I'm already tired. Monotremes don't have placenta, marsupialia. I think that humans should have a pouch. Kitty too did. That's so cute. Moose just gets the hiccups more than anything. I find that that's what'll get him, is he just like violently gets the hiccups. I just want to be able to see. It smells like 30 pounds of wet ass. Why is it that when like dogs or cats chew, it is somehow the nastiest thing on earth? Even up Neolus. Here we go. That is a scientific phenomenon that must be studied. Why do dog and cat farts smell so bad? New scientific phenomenon. Introductory paragraph. There we go. So, distinct structures unrelated to reproduction. Cool. Okay. So, we've talked about all this bullshit. Maybe I could just remove this. There we go. I hate writing so much, it mashes my little pea brain. I really enjoy writing scientific papers, specifically. Because to me, it just makes sense. That's all it is it just makes sense to me. Like, this is just how my brain works. My brain is meant for this bullshit. Okay, so we have our introductory paragraph of what is the placenta, how does the placenta form. I really want to shorten this paragraph. Oh fuck, that's bright. It hurts my soul. It's still so goddamn bright. There we go. So, make a note for that to shorten that later. Do I have to... It's not already written transcript, please provide this. Minimal and judicious citation of 2 or 3 review articles for context, blah blah blah. That's fine, look at primary literature. If you'd like, you can also create a video and become a YouTuber like me. Magazine or scientific journal issue. That could be kind of fun to do. Investor report. How would this be poetry? That's my question, is how the fuck would that even work? Watch as I take this Twitch stream, edit the Twitch stream, and that becomes my final project. Sorry, a written transcript. It is a video report to your artwork. Please provide a written summary and analysis of your piece. It could be funny. But then I have to sort of edit it down, and that would be frustrating. It could be really funny. The only thing is that I don't really have my full-blown evaluation of the literature. I could add like a citations later though. Just copy paste the VOD, no edits, just the whole like 2-hour VOD. Enjoy, professor, here's 2 hours of nonsense. Okay. I don't have to worry about citing it. There we go. Fertilized ovum. And the that on there. Also, Vampire Girl on the internet, okay? Just like and follow if you enjoy. Can I get my professor to subscribe to my Twitch channel? God, that would be really funny. Oh, that would be really, really funny. Okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna at least explain all of this, and then I will also write a decent amount of my paper. And then if I decide that the paper sucks, then I'm gonna look at this and start edit, and I'll edit the Twitch VOD together, and I will just have it be my Twitch VOD. That will be funny. And I kind of just want to do it for the funny. But I also really want a good grade. So we're mostly gonna do it for the funny, but if it's not enough to get me a good grade, then we'll go from there. I will probably have to go in and then cite everything as I go later down the road, which is fine and easy to do, and I can do that. So, okay, so our topic is all things placenta. We're looking at comparative physiology amongst mammalian species, how placentation happens, so how the placenta forms, the role of placenta in physiology, and then especially we're looking at pathophysiology, which means how can it go wrong in terms of reproduction, and then also what are the challenges we have when it comes to researching the placenta. Hi, Bunny Prev. Hello, name that I will add later so that way I do not dox myself or you, Professor. My chat is saying hello to you. Passing by to say hi, my phone's breaking, yay! That's unfortunate, Miko Psycho. Mine's also breaking a little bit, but it's just the screen. So, the placenta itself, in terms of like the role of physiology, the placenta, oh god, words are hard. The placenta exists as a way to, oh, don't do that. It's on the screen. Oh god, everything's really hard to put together. I love being medicated. So the placenta exists for nourishment of the fetus. It acts as like a go-between or a middleman between the mother and the fetus for both nutrients and for waste transfer. So there's no actual mixing of the blood. The placenta sort of acts as more of like an in-between kind of structure there. Let me see if I can... Actually, I don't think I can draw anything. That's unfortunate. No. Okay, I'll have to add an image later. That's unfortunate. Think about it kind of like a socket in a way. is that the capillaries and everything like that will sort of exist as a socket within the placenta, and then because of the fact that everything exists with the capillary beds sitting over the maternal or the fetal blood, essentially the fetal blood flow, that will then facilitate diffusion of either waste products towards the mother, so that way those can be kicked out, or nutrients and gases towards the fetus, so that way the fetus can use those to grow and be nourished. So we go from both embryo to fetal nutrition as the fetus develops. But there is no point where the blood is actually mixing. The only time that blood might be mixed would be by accident during birth, and it's usually never the goal, of course. But there is never any mixing of the fetal and the maternal blood. The placenta acts as the go-between, kind of as just a way to prevent any blood mixing. It's also referred to as the fetal-maternal blood barrier or something like that. But in terms of how it forms and what does it do, the how it forms is arguably the more complicated part. So once the ovum or the egg is fertilized, it does evolve into something called a morula. A morula is basically a multiply divided, how do I phrase this? It's a cell that has divided multiple times, but the actual size of the cell has not changed. It's just divided multiple times, but the cell is still like teeny tiny. But that morula, with multiple different divisions in there, will form the embryo and the placenta. So the inner cell mass of the morula will develop into the embryoblast, and the outer cell mass the trophoblast. So the morula will then take in fluid, you get a little gap in there, and that will form a blastocyst surrounded by that trophoblast we mentioned earlier. The blastocyst itself will then implant into the endometrial wall, and I mean that wholeheartedly. It will invade the uterus wall, the endometrial wall, shove itself in there to implant, so that way it can develop. The trophoblast will then contact the endometrium when we're trying to implant, and that contact will cause the formation of the syncytio trophoblast, which will then secrete human chorionic growth hormone, which will then just aid in growth, mostly. The cytotrophoblast will also form from that contact that we mentioned earlier, and the cytotrophoblast secretes enzymes that break endometrial cells apart to aid in invasion, so it just kind of like pulls all the cells apart, so that way it can shove itself in there. So the cytotrophoblast and the syncytiotrophoblast they mentioned are part of the chorion. The chorion is what forms the placenta, amongst other things, but the chorion exists part of, the chorion consists of the syncytiotrophoblast, the cytotrophoblast, and also the extraembryonic mesoderm. Extraembryonic means like outside of, so outside of the embryo, the mesoderm. Now, the cytotrophoblast literally grows into the syncytiotrophoblast, like I was talking about with that socket earlier, as primary chorionic villi. Villi are these little like finger-like projections that sort of exist there. You just kind of have like little tubes that kind of extend into whatever it happens to be. Where am I? And then... God, everything's warm. And my head hurts. There's so many blast words. The extraembryonic mesoderm will then split into something called somatic and splanchic mesoderm. The splanchic mesoderm we don't talk about anymore, but the somatic mesoderm will grow into primary villi, which then forms secondary villi, which is basically just, we have the first kind of villi, and then those branch off even further into more villi. The reason why this happens is to increase the surface area, so that way if you have a greater surface area of the villi and of places where you can diffuse, you then have more diffusion, because there's more space for stuff to diffuse, essentially. The mesenchyme will give rise to blood cells and blood vessels, which are considered tertiary villi, but all things considered, they're mostly just blood cells and vessels, but because of the fact that they exist and increase surface area, they will then be considered villi in this context. Yeah, hair places also products with placenta nutrients and proteins help with damaged hair. I've heard that. I've also heard that post-birth you can eat your own placenta. Which, I mean, waste not, want not, as far as I'm concerned. So capillary beds will then grow from those villi, and that connects to the embryonic heart, so that way the heart can then pump waste out, or take in, and then transport nutrients to where it needs to be in the body. Now, maternal blood will flow over those embryonic capillaries, but again, no blood transfer, and that will provide oxygen and nutrients. The villi will continue to grow and branch into the villus chorion, which will form the fetal placenta. The placenta looks like a giant pancake that has a bunch of blood vessels in it, kind of like roots. Like, if the blood vessels are roots, the blood vessels kind of are like these big roots into this big fat pancake, essentially, is what that looks like. Okay. I don't think that I'm going to actually do this. This is either skin or spiders eat their webs. Again, waste not, whatnot. I don't think that I will actually have this be what I give to my professor because this wasn't the plan, so therefore I'm not really prepared for it. But I will probably give her a clip or two for the sake of interest, 'cause I think it's funny. It's really funny because in terms of pathophysiology of the placenta, where I pull most of the source from the pathology of the placenta, we don't really seem to know what can go wrong with these things. Overall, we're really lacking in knowledge because of course we are, it's female health. The only actual disorders that have some degree of information are placenta accretia, which is basically where the placenta grows into the uterine wall, which is bad because if you birth that and it rips out of your wall, you can hemorrhage and bleed out and die. Fun fact, Kim Kardashian had that, and for some reason that's something that we know about. I could never be famous because if people knew all about my medical business like that, I would go insane. Now, there was also an interesting source where it was one nihilist's perspective holds that placental pathology is of little or no value, whereas the other expresses blind faith that the answer to every outcome lies in the placenta, if only we understood it better. Where those are two extremes, essentially, where it's like, oh, the placenta isn't important, or the placenta is everything. Like, we should consider the placenta as it is. It is an organ, it is worth considering, but not necessarily every answer is going to have to do with the placenta. So I had a bunch of different questions, whereas what if it tears early? What if it doesn't develop properly? What if something in the structure becomes blocked? Like, what if you block the blood flow by accident and that prevents nutrient and waste transfer? Do these things just not happen, or do we not study them? Now, I did find a source saying placental insufficiency, which is where it doesn't grow right, is rare, but it's a really wide spectrum that kind of just boils down to, it doesn't work. We don't really know what it means. We just know that it don't work. So when we say it don't work, we mean it just doesn't provide enough oxygen and nutrients. But that's just what placental insufficiency is. It covers such a wide range of things that we may not necessarily know, like, okay, well, what causes placental insufficiency? What kind is it? What have you? Now, placental abruption is also another case where it literally just pops off. It's a risk, but very uncommon, and cause is unknown. Might be because of trauma or injury, but we don't know. It makes sense that if you, like, knocked somebody hard enough that the placenta might pop off, but, like, can it just pop off on its own? Can it not root properly? What have you? Something else I considered was, what if the mother was on medications to be alive? Opiate painkillers are really commonly required medication for people that are in chronic pain. Benzodiazepines, sometimes the only way people can cope with anxiety. But what about, like, beta blockers used for heart rhythm management? And those are all things that can cross over the placenta. What are the risks? Now, both in terms of personal experience and from my own research, I've seen that we don't know what the risks are. And we usually have to weigh the pros and cons. The pros are, okay, well, what if the mother comes off this medication, will she be okay? Is usually the question. And then, is the baby at a significant risk if the mother stays on this medication? So we have to weigh the pros and cons and then decide from there. And then we know that pathophysiology for the placenta can be caused from multiple options. Now, it could be fetal growth restriction, or known as FGR, preeclampsia, or spontaneous preterm birth and stillbirth. Can all result from the pathophysiology of the placenta. And I didn't quite get too deep into the research approaches, where I was thinking about, like, how are women overlooked in medicine? The answer is always, in most cases, women are just overlooked in medicine all the time. Now, there's a variation in risk of placenta accretia across the world. From this one source that I pulled, it seems to be more common in China. There's also, if you have more C-sections in your lifetime, that will increase the risk, as does surgical abortion, likely because you're just kind of messing around with the stuff in there, and if you are messing around with it, that will impact the structural integrity, and if the structural integrity of your uterus is bad, then the placenta will be less likely to properly implant. So, that. Blink. God, my eyes hurt. Okay, it's been an hour. I'm gonna get some water and I'm gonna be right back. So, give me a minute. I will return in a second. Or 3 minutes. Probably 3 minutes. So give me a minute. Everybody go stretch your legs. It's good for you. Go stand up. Go touch some grass. Because Lord knows we all need it. So, be right back.
What are we? What are we? See you go. Be you. See.
Gingerbread man. I'm winning at life. Num num. I'm so sorry if you can hear my furnace in the background. There's nothing I can do about it because I like having a warm house. There we go. So we have... Yeah, so that I can probably leave it alone. But I'll try to see if I can find some specifics. My gingerbread man is burnt. Not my favorite thing on earth, but I did not make them. Therefore, I will be grateful regardless. Because food is food. Even if the food tastes kind of bad. Food's food. I think if for some unholy reason I decide to have children, I think I'd eat my own placenta. Or donate it. Like, I think the waste not a lot now. Like, I spent 9 months growing the fucking thing. Might as well use it. Okay. Okay. Placental males. Wikipedia, I would love to give you money, but I'm not giving you money. Okay, so what things are included? Including a lot of shit. Okay. Evolutionary history. Squirrels are placental mammals? Oh. Hmm. Okay, so we have something like sloths. Elephants. Rodents. Never heard of squirrel eggs. Squirrels don't lay eggs. Squirrels don't lay eggs. Yeah, they don't lay eggs. Yeah, these fucking things. They're born blind, hairless, and pink. Now I'm distracted by squirrels. What do you eat? Nuts. Eutheria. Water. Then how did they evolve? Turtle placental mammals emerged from a stem group members of the clade Eutheria. This is from the Middle Jurassic. Where are they from? The Cretaceous Paleogene boundary. Right, end of the Cretaceous period to into the end of the Cretaceous period. How long ago was this? Roughly 66 million years ago. And the wiki. I have a little box of Lindors because they bring me joy. Is it a subclass? Their own friend class Plantalia, distinguishing themselves from Monotremia and Marsupialia within the class Mammalia. Yay! So many Leah ending. Monotremia, Marsupialia, Mammalia, Placentalia. Fuck. In the Cretaceous period, roughly 66 million years ago. Novel phylogeny, blah 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 blah. There. Okay. There was some center, blah blah blah, for the Cretaceous period, 6 million years ago. I believe that elephants have the longest gestation period. Elephants. Birth and development. Gestation in elephants typically lasts between 1.5 to 2 years, and the female will not give birth again for at least 4 years. It's a lot. Pregnant elephant must be huge. Okay. Yeah, elephants have the longest gestation period of all mammals. I'm looking everything up over on a different window because I'm so nervous about people seeing my fucking search history. It's funny because if you look at it, it's Morula, Eye of the Gear, copyright-free lo-fi, do monotremes have a placenta in caps because I hit caps lock halfway through. Elephant's long gestation. Think of epipubic bones. Also by the bodily structure, like the pubic bones, for example. Okay, what else? Yeah, we'll go with phylogeny is still under debate, we can go from there. Placenta. Placenta accretia. Okay. I was like, is it folded? Okay. God damn it. Why don't it fit? I don't remember the full citation method. I don't like that. Robert. I don't like this rock. So, this off use unimportant or as the yeah, this makes sense. There you go. Different degrees of severity. Hmm. to Procreta. I don't like how I wrote that, but it's okay. There we go. Great deal of damage or death. I do also, part of the reason I really enjoy this course is because I can just bitch and complain about how women's healthcare isn't ever considered or thought about or studied, so women just fucking die. And it has been like that for years, despite the fact that we are in the big 2025 and people still just fucking die. Like, what do you mean this is so understudied, despite the fact that it fucking kills people? What do you mean that if you don't get a hysterectomy or don't get a blood transfusion, you just fucking die? And this just happens. You don't know that it's going to happen. Like, say you're, like, in somewhere where you don't have easy access to a hospital or to blood transfusions, and you get placenta accretia, you just fucking die. Like, what? Especially in the cases of, like, developing countries, or places where people don't have access to healthcare systems, or in the middle of fucking nowhere, where there's just not an easy access to a hospital because it's, like, a couple hours away, or in cases people can't, like, afford the surgery. Shit like that. People just fucking die. And that's what throws me with a lot of stuff like this. It's like, oh, this is severely under-researched, but it's not that important. It's like, what do you mean it's not important? People die. This kills people. Why do we not care that this kills people? That's the thing that always catches me, is why do we not care that this kills people? And I think that's where I always get caught up with a lot of stuff like this, is because it's like, just from a basic empathy perspective, how are we not studying the fuck out of this because it kills people? Like, what? Wait, it was up here. Did I put it was abruption or ablation? There we go. Abruption! Oh! I don't want to sign up! God, I'm sleepy. We have iced tea. I should probably have some of that, actually. Yeah, I'll have some iced tea after I finish stream. Because I have stream, I have about an hour-ish. Start tutoring again. And then I'm done for the day. And then tomorrow I have pretty much the same setup. Saying tomorrow I'm also studying on stream. And then Thursday is my exams. I think Friday I'm just crashing. So the Friday I was crashing, no, actually I think Friday the day I was crashing, and the night is Yakuza 4. There we go. Stroke and myocardial infarction. Do we know why? There we go, for these and many other conditions. What would be the ways that the fetus develops to cause There we go. I don't want to settle this shit. But I do have to settle this shit, and unfortunately I'm gonna have to Google all of it. You're using APA because... So is this a book or an article? This is a book. Accessed by website. Search for an ISBN! They don't give it to me. Copyright, disclosure. RIP. Is this the ISBN? No. Fine, I'll go over here. Fuck it. They give it to me in APA, I'm gonna take it. Okay, so this is Eric and Bordoni 2023. My favorite. See, being able to, once you have it all cited, it does feel really nice, though. Okay, cite. The same one? Okay, no it is. No it isn't. Embryology placenta. Nope. Eric and Bordoni. Here we go. Put that bitch there. How many times can I open the same fucking tab? Here we go. Jesus Christ. Use et al. We do not include fucking everyone. The American Journal is in italics. 228 is in italics. Okay, that's it. There we go. I like that quote, so I'm gonna keep just this whole quote. Hmm. There you go. Placental abruption. Let's find a journal. I'm supposed to be using primary sources, so let's see what we got. Hi. How's the S or whatever, funny. Well, we have a decent amount of text, and now I'm getting into the citation part of it. We're not done, but I should at least start getting my references down, I think. I'm trying to find primary. Risk and risk estimation. Sure, give me a quote on what the fuck placental abruption is. Somebody just tell me what it is so I can say that it's a cited source. How old is this? From 1995. Maybe I shouldn't do that one. Sonographic spectrum. I like this one. Give me the PDF. What if I don't need it to be that? Well, that's fucking awful. Well, what is it? What is it? There we go. Placental abruption is defined as... Fuck off with your cookies, I don't want them. Rip. Do I have to fucking pay for it again? Uh... In previa, fetal risks. Placental abruption defines separation of the placenta from the maternal animation that occurs before birth. Thank you, finally. This is a book. Okay. Format, tools, citations. Add a citation source. There's a book accessed by a website. Do you have an ISBN? You should. Of course you don't, because you don't like me. First name. N. A. Lol. And William J. Watson. You can't read it. It's clinical fetal medicine. Clinical maternal fetal medicine. It's published by... Who published this? Found it. Never mind, hold on. Well, this is the same book. So it says it is fine. So then... Placenta previa and placental abruption is the section title. And we have pages. I don't have it. What? Huh? Huh? Because it seems like it's 9.1. To 9.8. No, just... Thank you. Jesus. Okay, so that's done. Let's make this actually the same size. Citations. Meow.
First 5 applications sent. Here's
Yay.
the 500 more.
Our favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Meow.
Wow.
Meow.
Wow. How's the
Everybody.
assignment?
Huh?
How's the assignment?
Placenta.
Yeah?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just placenta is the answer.
Any cool placenta facts?
There's a lot of shit about it that'll just fucking kill you.
It sounds like a very nice organ to have.
Yes, it is.
Wrong with that.
I mean, the thing is that if you don't have it, you kind of die, so...
Hmm.
Because we have Lil A and Watson. Lil and Watson 2021. Put that bitch over here. A placental insufficiency. Placental insufficiency and its consequences. You know what? This sounds funny, and we're gonna go with that one. Insufficiency is a process leading to blah 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 blah. You know what? This is good. We like this. Tools, citations, add a source, journal article, by website. And of course I have to do it manually. Robert Gagnon. Article title, Placental Insufficiency and its Consequences. Journal title, European Journal of Obstetrics Gynecology, volume 110. Supplement. Pages. Essay 9. Those have to be capitalized. Published year of 2003. Here is the URL. And here is the DOI. Bing bong! 안녕. 2003. There we go. Success. Okay. I think this is a solid place to stop for today, at least for now, because I do need to get ready for my tutoring session and also have some iced tea so I can make my brain up. So thank you guys all for hanging out with me and watching me write a paper. This was fun, so I'm gonna keep doing stuff like this, though I suppose that this is gonna be the last year I do it actually, because I graduate this next semester, so that'll be fun. In any case, I will see you guys tomorrow for pretty much the same shit. Super duper exciting and fun, my favorite. So, I'll see you guys when I see you. We're still gonna write out today, see if we can find somebody else who's doing something chill, see what's going on. Let us be on our worst behavior as always, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning, same time. Bye bye!